Hey, it's Sam back here. Welcome to this video for Spinner Bros. Now, I completely messed this up. The video down below is for the upgrade number 1, and on this review right now, I'm going to actually review the right software. For whatever reason, I was sent the wrong details. There was some confusion, and the software, the upgrade, is really cool. It'll do your WordPress blogs. This software is better than I thought, though. You can actually fetch articles from any URL you want to, so you can actually grab other people's content and you can spin that. All you can do is you can actually enter in your own content like I've done here, and you can start spinning that content in this software, and you can define whether you want high readability or high uniqueness. It's completely up to you with this software using this chart right here. Now, you've got to be aware that when you do go with high uniqueness, it means that the article's quality is going to decrease. So you want to go for high readability if your website is important to you, if it's a website that people are actually going to be genuinely reading and you want to have unique content for it. If it's just for ranking in Google, understand that Google does pick up if your article is a bad article. It's going to know. So I would probably tend to go more for high readability. The better your content is, always, the better it's going to be with Google. Now, what you can do with this software is you click spin, and this is going to spin your content. Now, where would you use a spin content software like this? The reason that you'd use this is to post unique articles to Google with your keywords in it with the intention of ranking those high in the search engines. That's the key here. We're looking to post this and rank for whatever keyword we want in the search engines, or even improve the ranking of our website, because Google, the more content that's updated on a regular basis to your website, will hold value to that content and update it or basically update your rank regularly and allow you to rank higher over time. So we're going to click spin this content right now. We're going to spin it. What it's doing is it's actually spinning this content. It's going to come back to us with multiple versions of the software we can then save and use. So we're going to wait for it to finish its process. It's done now. It's created over 2 billion unique variations for this particular article that I have here. And you can see here, this is the spun content. These are the different spin taxes, they're called, where they'll actually be able to replace the word, and you can see the replaced word there. Now, if you just want a single unique version, click on single unique version, and you can go ahead, download it, you can export it, you can save it, you can add it to WordPress, post it to WordPress, or you can go into settings here and show which keywords you want to keep inside of the articles. So if there's a keyword such as fitness that you want to keep inside your article, go over to settings, add fitness in there, and then it will keep that keyword here. Now, again, whenever you spin content, the quality is going to suffer. This is not going to be a perfectly unique article, so I recommend always reading this before you post it. It's really important. Make changes, and also if you're dealing with news articles or anything like that, make sure you remove any quotes that shouldn't be there, because you'll misquote people with a spinner software like this. So do make sure that you remove any of that. Now, you can also grab and fetch articles from a URL of your choice as well. So if I knew there was an article that I wanted to grab content from, say this one right here, then I can actually add that in right here, and I can click fetch. Now, this was a coffee article I was reading a moment ago about how many coffees it would take to overdose, as I had a few too many coffees today, which might be one of the reasons that I made the mistake earlier. But you can see here, you can add that content in. It'll grab all the content. You can go ahead, delete the content that you don't like. Obviously, you should delete the content that you don't want in here as well. There's a bunch of comments in here as well, so I'd go ahead and I'd delete that as well before going ahead and spinning this. Now, let's try on the other side. Let's try high uniqueness, because I did a high readability test before. We could see it was very readable. The content itself wasn't overly unique when we did that. It was probably unique enough to post to a website, but let's see what happens when we go for high uniqueness. What it's going to probably do, and my theory is that this is probably going to have many more variations, but the variations themselves won't be as readable, and it's important you understand that, because you may want to go through and edit it. So there we are. Let's grab a single unique version. Coffee and health. Yes, it is possible to overdose on chocolate and or espresso. We hear so much better about teenagers overdosing on intensity alcohols. Okay, so the article is basically not readable. Okay, it's not the type of article, when you do that you would expect someone to read when they came to your website and think it's authentic. Keep in mind that Google understands this as well. So while this might help you to update content on a regular basis in Google, it may not necessarily help your ranking, especially for this particular keyword. You can see here the title as well. That's not entirely correct. So I would always recommend going for high readability. Go for a content that's spun, make sure you read through it, edit any mistakes out, because with these softwares, it is a software, it's not a human being, it's not someone that is necessarily thinking about each word that's written. So do make sure that you go through, check, read the article before posting, and then the software will be good for helping you to create unique articles. Then you can go ahead and save, you can save to archive, or you can go to Spintax. What you can do with this is you can actually, and I'm just going to go and adjust this down again. What you can do with this is you can actually go ahead and it's going to do that automatically. You can see here it actually syncs and will do this automatically for me, which is really quite a cool feature. You can actually add this in. There's software out there you can add this into, and it will actually allow you then to generate multiple articles out of this content, or you can just keep on clicking on single unique version and keep on clicking on new version here, so you'll get a number of articles created that way. Now, I've used this many times in my consulting business. Okay, I've actually used spin softwares in my consulting business when I was in consulting, helping businesses back in New Zealand a number of years ago. We use software like this, and we used it on many different websites, blog sites that were created in order to help achieve a certain rank for a particular business, and they worked really well. We were able to produce a lot of content through them. We always built off our own unique articles though, so the more unique you can get it, the more sense it makes and the more easy it is to read, because Google understands readability, then it's going to improve your articles. So keep in mind, this isn't the perfect software. You are going to do some manual work when you do this. It's not like you can just create a million variations and post them around the web with URLs back to your website. You could do that, but I don't think it'll do much good to you. You will have to make sure that your articles make sense, but this will allow you to create a number of different versions that are unique, and then you can edit them afterwards and make sure that it's a unique article without having to go and rewrite every single article. So there is definitely a use for it there. Okay, I hope this has been useful, and I reviewed this correctly this time to make sure that you understand exactly what the software is, what you're getting to. If you purchased previously, I apologize. Anyone who purchased previously because of that mistake and you're not happy, please send me an email, support@sambacker.com. I'll send you a refund out of my own pocket. You can keep the software. It was my mistake, and I'm quite happy to do that. As I do with any mistakes that I make, I always make it better. So thanks for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber of mine. I look forward to talking with you again soon. This is Sam Backer. I'll see you later.